Yeah, man. You know, so when you keep all of these things in rotation, you know, it not only perverts the soul of the subject, but it perverts the soul of the oppressor, and of the afflictor, you know, because they have to tell themselves these same lies. You understand? So so many dynamics, so many psychodynamics, so many psychodynamics that both of us have been totally totally affected by, you know, totally affected by, and just as I was speaking about this new form of slavery, in the form of the justice system, in the form of the JustUS system, which is the ultimately the poor people, which is you know um, black people, and many others, white people included. This is what you get here, and when you have this advanced form and this totally new redesigned form of slavery, which is all it is totally, especially if you're in Georgia, you can see it. You know what I'm saying? Because we have brothers and sisters right here, on the highway, cleaning up the damn highway with the with their vest on and shit like that, and they're only getting paid, 30 cents a day, $2, $3 a day, whatever the hell, and I don't even think it's $2, $3, about 30 cents a day or some shit, you know, and 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 these are jobs, you understand, these are jobs, and we complain about jobs and things like that, and that's so crazy, and see, the only reason that we don't see that it's still slavery is because it's a van out there, and it's not a horse, But understand that damn van got horsepower, you know what I'm saying, and, and, and another thing that I wanted to just bring up right quick while it hits me is, that's something else that was very interesting. Obama really can't be blamed for none of this shit, and that's why I say it's all about a blame game to make white people feel good, and to make white people sit back and be like, yeah, 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 just so they can avoid everything I'm saying right here, just so they can avoid all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because Obama wasn't the one that sent out all our goddamn jobs. The president wasn't the one that sent out all our goddamn, all our companies across seas and shit. We don't have nan factory here that I can fucking think of, man. I haven't seen a fucking Haynes factory. I don't know of a Wrangler factory a motherfucker can work at. You know what I'm saying? I don't know of a goddamn Camel factory a motherfucker, a Newport, goddamn. What the fuck going on, really? You know what I'm saying? Really, and he ain't got nothing to do with that shit. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of money that been left this motherfucker, and y'all ain't been saying shit. Alright? So get your motherfucking mind right. Get your motherfucking mind right. This shit real, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no time for none of this stupid shit. We gotta figure this shit out because we got babies and we gotta move forward, man. And we got a whole next level to jump on, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know, we really got work to do, and it's really sad because now it's really crazy because now America is being forced to do what it should have been fucking done. And that's be fair and fucking honest with itself. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy because we're being forced to do that. It's like we're being forced to do right. You know what I'm saying? That's how crazy this shit has been. But it has been because, as I said earlier, we have been taken under the spell of a voodoo culture. America is a chief voodoo culture and grand devil. You understand? So once we understand all these things, and just as I was saying earlier, how prison wasn't an industry, and I just showed you how in the 13th Amendment slavery never died, basically a prison or a jail is nothing but a slave ship on land. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing but a slave ship on land. You know, and there you have it. Where they're warehousing humans. And so as a result, what you're seeing is crime has been totally industrialized. You know, crime has been totally industrialized, so much so to the point where you have a show called Cops. You know what I'm saying? You have a show called First 48. Do you understand how deep that is? You know, do you understand how deep that is? You know, that shit ain't supposed to be on TV, bro. You know, and that shows you that they have to keep, you know, that shows you that they have to keep the shit going. And not to mention, nigga, motherfucker, they got a show called Cops Reloaded, motherfucker, just to show you that they ain't trying to go nowhere. They all they, you know, this is how they make money. You know, and every time I look at it, I be like, damn, man, these white folk need to get a motherfucking life, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit don't make no sense, man. And that's just chaos. That's just complete chaos. You know what I'm saying? To even do some shit like that. You know, and then when you stir shit up to the point where you're down here in Georgia and you locking brothers and sisters up for you know, a little sack of weed, you know, a little seed in that damn car. But then you know, you got 100 damn states, you know, fucking done legalize marijuana, you know, and then you know, and you'll put it on TV. You know that's just the craziest thing, and that's what I'm saying. You know, racism has lived now, you know, ever since the '60s through TV. You know, and it's like you'll put it on TV and you'll show, you know, white people in California with big ass, you know, goddamn, you know, big ass marijuana fields and shit, talking about how much you go for in the streets and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I was watching this one episode. Where I believe that was Marijuana Wars and Marijuana Inc. It was one or the other, and it was a white dude down in New Orleans talking about it was after talking about it was after Katrina. Now you know if you supposed to be showing anything in New Orleans after Katrina, and this was just the craziest thing, but it was you know, white dude in New Orleans, you know, after Katrina, and he got on a mask. You know what I'm saying? He talking about how, you know, he talking about how bad it was after Katrina and how, you know, he had to keep his shit up. So, you know, he had to start selling weed, you know what I'm saying? He just had all kind of pounds around the room, shit like that, you know, got on a little mask and shit. And I just thought like, wow, you know, now if that was a brother or a sister, that would be dark. That shit just wouldn't happen. You know, the shit just wouldn't happen, you know. Shit just wouldn't happen, and then you have TV shows called Weeds, you know, showing white people selling weed, and you know, and everything's okay, you know, but then when you're down in Georgia, you're handling these brothers and sisters, and it's really more profitable for you to keep it illegal, you know, in some states, and that's what you have going on, you know, so it's really a sick thing, and then at the end of the day, it's really like to colonize Earth like that is like the final frontier of colonizing Mother Earth. Really, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean the simple fact that these people are selling water, you know, the simple fact that you can go to a river and, you know, scoop up some water and sell it to somebody, you know, that's rape on a whole nother level that we haven't even understood. You know what I'm saying? You know, just like I was breaking down earlier, that's just rape on a whole nother level. Anybody that can sell you some cherries, you know what I'm saying? That is a hustle on a whole nother level, you know, and that shows you that you know, black people, you know, our whole thing isn't even about money. You know, our whole thing is truly about our grand architectural, you know, building, building, you know, apparatus. You know, that's who we are. You know, and if anything drew a line between us, but between the children of God and Big Mama and Daddy themselves, you know, between us and everything, between us, if anything drew a line between that, it was the dollar, you know. It was money. It was the dollar bill, you know, and that's what I'm talking about. You know, at the end of the day, money really ain't shit, really. You know, there's a whole difference. There's a world's worth of difference, as I was saying earlier, man, between working and working together. You know, there's a world's worth of difference between working and working together. You know, and together each achieves more. You know, just like I was saying earlier. So those types of things, you know, those are very important for us to understand, and just to get out the way, man, you know, so we can clear the air and move forward, you know. And another thing, you know, I've said this before, man, just, you know, we work so hard, you know, we work so hard, you know, and, you know, for someone to say we have 24 hours in a day, you know, okay, they say you got 24 hours in a day. You go to sleep at 7. I mean, you go to sleep. You wake up at 7 o'clock. So that's 7 hours. You already done damn long. Do you work 8 hours? You know what I'm saying? You know, and then like what? That's damn 15. You know, and now you ain't got but 9 hours left. So what the hell you doing? With those 9 hours. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, and that's not even, and that's just, that's just being nice with time. You know, you have people that got children that gotta do this, gotta do that. You know, where time is much more, scarce. You know, and much more, you know, spread it out. You know, so when you take all this into the consideration, it's like 10%. This 10% that you got to give God. You about can't get that damn 10% to your children. Most people don't get that 10% to their children. You know what I'm saying? Don't have it to give. Work too hard. But I also understand that 10% does not just have to do with money. 10% is 10% of our time, 10% of our energy, our love. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? 10% could be many other things, but it's not just money. Like I said, man, if anything has drawn the great divide between us and God, between us and Big Mama and Daddy, it is the dollar bill. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's the realest. If anything has drawn a line between us and our divine and our natural divinity, our divine nature. If anything has drawn a line between us and our divine nature, and our Christ nature, it is the dollar bill, the dollar, So that's definitely where I wanted to come from, for sure.